Hey guys, how you doing? This is Liberty Graphic Designs. Today we're gonna attempt to sublimate 24 tumblers, 24 of them at one time. So I have no idea how that's gonna go. So stay tuned so you can see if it's gonna be a total fail or a total success. Don't go anywhere. So currently we just hit our 20,000 subscribers. Liberty Graphic Designs currently has about 20,500 subscribers. Thanks to you guys, you're the ones that made it possible. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make 20 of these tumblers to give away on Tuesday. Today is Friday the 9th. Let me double check the time. I'm sorry, the date. Yeah, today is July Friday the 9th, and we're gonna be doing the giveaway Tuesday. So that will be, what is Tuesday? Tuesday will be Tuesday the 13th. I believe it's the 13th on Tuesday. So Tuesday the 13th on my live, because I usually go live on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. every Tuesday. So we're gonna be doing a giveaway for this tumblers right here. So let's start. I mean, I already got most of them. I got 20 of them ready to go, but I left 20. I'm sorry, I left 4 so I can do on the video, just so you guys can watch, because I want to touch a couple of bases because there's a lot of questions about the tumblers. So one of the things that I do is, before I get it out, I actually remove the lid. We don't need the lid, and then I stick my hand inside the tumbler. That way I don't touch the tumbler itself, to, you know, so I don't get it dirty. So what I do next, I grab the artwork. In this case, this is gonna be the artwork, and I just wrap it around the tumbler, making sure that I set it on something flat. In this case, I'm using the this dryer. So I'm setting it on top, and then I'm gonna start taping it. I only use 3 pieces of tape, just like you see it here. The yellow markings that you see right there, those are tape. Some of them have more because I was doing some experiments, but I only use 3 pieces of tape because we're gonna be using shrink wraps. So I'm using this clear tape that, because it's clear, you can't see it. So again, I start at the center, putting my tape on the center, making sure that we're nice and even, and that the paper is overlapping just a tiny bit. Put a piece of tape on the bottom, a tape on top. So, and then this excess paper, what I do is I either use my palm or my fingers to just kind of fold it. That way I get a good sublimation all the way around the rim of the cup. And then I do the same at the bottom, because I'm going to have some excess paper. So make sure you remove this little sticker. We don't need it. It's going to melt if you leave it in there. And then once I get my paper all the way around, I know you guys cannot see it from where you're standing right now, but I'm just folding it over so it actually conforms or forms to the curve of the tumbler. And then what I do is I grab these little circles. I cut a bunch of little circles like this, and I put it at the bottom. This is for you don't have to tape it. I'm going to tape it just for the video. This is so the wrap, or the shrink wrap, if it happens to melt, it won't melt at the bottom, and then you can just take it off. In this case, we're going to be using 2 different types of shrink wraps. We're going to be using the white one, which is the most popular, and then I'm going to use the clear one. Myself, I like the clear one better. It actually puts more pressure on the tumbler. It just works better. A lot of people don't like it because there's people out there on YouTube that have given this ones a bad name. But trust me, they actually work better. So what I do if you notice, the shrink wrap is actually folded like this, right? So I folded the opposite way, so it creates an opening, so it'll slide easier on the tumbler. So you slide it on the tumbler about halfway in between, and then if you guys seen my videos, you know that I use a string, and this is so I can remove the shrink wrap a lot easier once it's done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start shrinking it from the center, and then I'm gonna go to one of the edges, and then I'm gonna shrink all the way around, and then I'm gonna come the opposite way and shrink the other way around. That way the shrink wrap doesn't move on me. So, and you'll see it. And this is one of the this is the reason why I'm doing this one on the video. I'm showing you how to shrink wrap it, because one of the questions that I get asked a lot on the videos is, or one of the complaints that people may have, is that their shrink wraps are melting in the oven. And the reason why they're melting is because you're overheating them, you shrinking them. So don't shrink them all the way, like where they're like super tight. Remember, once you put this in the oven, it's gonna continue shrinking. So don't over shrink it, and you'll see it. You'll see me doing it. So you'll see it when it shrinks right in the center, and I'm gonna go to the edge, go all the way around. That way it secures the shrink wrap in place. Come this way, again, go all the way around, and now I'm gonna start shrinking. My heat gun is not super hot right now, so that's why it's not shrinking. And guys, I know you always give me grief because I don't use a glove. I mean, it's not like I'm overheating myself. Again, you don't need to overheat this wrap. So that's it. That's all you need. You don't need to over shrink it, because if you over shrink this, once you put it in the oven, trust me, it will melt. So that's it. That's all you need. So now I'm gonna do one of the white ones. Let me get another tumbler out. Get rid of the lid. Grab my artwork. Just make sure on this one, make sure, I didn't even pay attention on the other one, the one that I just did. Make sure that you put your artwork upright and that is not upside down, because trust me, I've done that in the past. So, and then one of the reasons why I use a flat surface, if you have a table, I know we all have a flat surface, right? Is that way the artwork ends up evenly all the way around. So again, once you have it in place, I'm gonna grab a piece of tape, secure it, and I'm gonna try to hurry up because I turned the AC off and it's hot. I mean, I'm already sweating, so I'm gonna try to hurry up. That way I don't have to be sitting here in the heat. And just so you guys know, the oven is actually right beneath me, and I'm using a normal house oven, like the ones we have in our kitchens. That's what I'm using right now. Normally you'll see me using this little bitty oven. That's not, trust me, that's not what I use. Whenever I'm sublimating tumblers or cups, you know, coffee cups, plates, whenever I'm sublimating stuff like that, I don't use this oven. This little oven, I only use it for videos for YouTube. If I'm gonna make something that I'm gonna be selling, I use the big oven, because you just get better results. But I have never sublimated 20 cups at one time, so again, I don't know how this is gonna go. Hopefully we don't mess them up. So again, what I'm doing right now is I'm just folding the excess paper over the cup. That way it sublimates all the way around on the bottom. And don't worry if you don't get a good sublimation at the bottom. People's not going to be looking for that. Let's hope they're not. Then grab my little circle, put it at the bottom. Again, you don't have to tape it, but I'm going to tape it just so I'm not fighting it. Because normally you fight it whenever you put in the shrink wrap. That's the only reason why I'm putting tape in there. So again, you know how it's folded like that. So I'm gonna grab it, open it, and fold it the opposite way. That way I'm not fighting it whenever I'm gonna slide it on the tumbler itself. See, and it just slides very easy. Make sure that you have the tumbler somewhere in between the shrink wrap. If you do use this little trick with the string, slide your string in there. If you don't use the string, I suggest you start using it. It's very easy when you go to remove the shrink wrap. So again, start at the center, go to one side, shrink it all the way around, come back. The reason why I do this, you know, to go on both ends first, is that way whenever I start shrinking it, my shrink wrap doesn't slide out. So now I'm just gonna give it a quick shrink, just so where it's kind of tight, but not like super tight. Just like that. So you don't have to over shrink it. That's when it's gonna melt. You're gonna have spots. It's gonna bubble up. It's because you already destroyed the shrink wrap before you even put it in the oven. So let me do this last two right here, and then I'll come back and then we can put all the tumblers in the oven. Okay, so I got all of them ready. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna put a piece of butcher paper on the oven, and you'll see this whole process. Don't worry, the paper that I'm gonna put in there will not burn, and even if it does burn, it will not catch fire. Hopefully it doesn't catch fire. But the trick that you're gonna be seeing me doing right now with putting a piece of paper there, you can use wax paper or parchment paper or butcher paper in there. The only reason why I'm gonna put paper in there is to protect the oven or the grill, so I don't get any, if it melts, it doesn't stick to the grill. You'll see some spots in there were already stuck in the past, but that's the only reason. And again, just so the tumblers will have something flat to sit on. But yeah, let me get a piece of paper and then I'll bring you so you can see the entire process. We're gonna be baking this for, I want to do it for 7 minutes because there's so many of them. There's 24 of them. It's gonna take a little while to heat them up, so I want to do it for 7 minutes. I might do it for 6, but we'll see. Just so you know, whenever I'm doing, you know, up to 4, I only do 375 for 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. But in this case, it's so many of them that I might go the full 7 minutes just because of how many I got. If it was just 1 or 2, I only do 375 Fahrenheit for 4 minutes. If it was up to 4, then I jump up 1 minute, but still keep it at 375 on the big oven. On the small oven, we go to 400 and 4 to 6 minutes. So 1 second. Okay, so this piece of paper right here is not necessary, okay? It is not. I'm just putting it there so my tumblers will have something to sit on and to protect the grill of the oven. I really don't care if it gets dirty or not, but I just want to protect it from, because this is going to be sitting directly on top of the grill. So if this melts, it's going to stick to the grill, which I really don't care, but I just want to protect it. Another thing, another reason why I put this in there, the heating element, whenever you put this in your oven, if the heating element is too close to your tumbler, that's another reason why the shrink wraps are melting. So if your heating element is too close, you might have a melted shrink wrap and even what do you call those, hot spots. So here you go. This is, like I said, this is the house oven that I use, or a regular kitchen oven. We're gonna start putting all these tumblers in here. As you can see, I got it at 375, and I will set the timer here in a little bit, and I'm gonna set it kind of, I don't know, I don't want to do it for 7 minutes, but I think I'm gonna do it for 7 minutes just to be on the safe side. So again, this right here, it's not necessary. My oven is on the floor right now, so it's gonna be a little tricky for me to put all these tumblers in here, and you have to make sure that they're not touching each other, just so they don't stick. So there you go. This is number 24. We're gonna close the oven, and we're gonna set the timer for 6 minutes. Actually, let's set it for 7 minutes. Right there. And we'll come back at the end. We'll come back at the end at 7 minutes. I'm already sweaty, look. So it's hot. Like I said, the AC, it's off. I turn it off. So we'll see what happens. 24 tumblers at one time. It's like I said, it's either gonna be a complete disaster or it's gonna, yeah. We'll see what happens. Oops. And then we'll come back at the end of the 7 minutes. Okay, so timer went off. Okay, so timer went off. As you saw, it was a full 7 seconds. It's more than I'm actually comfortable with, but yeah, I can see some smoke coming out. I don't know if you can see it. There's a lot of smoke coming out right here. That means that my paper is burning. Also, I'm doing this out of a garage. If you guys do this indoors, make sure you open your windows. It's not toxic. I don't think it's toxic, but it does have a little bit of smell. Not really strong, but it has a little bit of smell. Before I open this door, one thing that I'm looking for is that my sublimation, I can see my sublimation through the paper or through the shrink wrap. That means that my sublimation is done correctly. So let's check it out. Whew. Toasty. So if you notice at the bottom of that one, I can see sublimation right through it, but I don't see anything on top. So more than likely, this right here, it's gonna be all of these tumblers are gonna be destroyed. So what I did is I did bake. I forgot to hit broil. So whenever, if you guys are gonna do something like this, do it on broil, because broil, both of the heating elements will come on. In this case, I only did bake, and only the bottom heating element was on, not the top one. So that's a big mistake on my part. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of them out. So I'll take one of these out. I'm gonna close the door, because I want to make sure that this one is sublimated correctly. Again, I can see the sublimation right through the paper, but I don't see it at the bottom. So if this didn't work, oh, I'm gonna lose that. I lost the string. So much for the string. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip all this upside down and put it back and make sure that I do it in broil. So this thing's still pretty hot. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it only on one side. Let me remove my glove. And watch this. So if you guys are not sure if your tumbler sublimated all the way correctly, make sure you got gloves on. Remove the sublimation paper on one side only. But notice how I'm not letting it go, right? So make sure you hold it and then take a peek. Notice how this is not sublimated correctly right there. So you can actually put this back and put your tape back in there. And then just make sure that you don't take the paper all the way out, because that way when you put it back, that will it will fall back where it needs to be. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another wrap on it, and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to have to flip every single one of them over, and this time I'm going to do broil for another 3 minutes. And this is just to try to salvage this. Like this one right here, I can see sublimation all the way through. So this one is good. Yeah, this one I can see sublimation all the way through. Maybe if I just put them for another 3 minutes, it'll work. But see how it melted at the bottom? That's because the heating element is very close. Hot. Very hot. Extremely hot. It's really hot. So, see, like this one, I can see all the way through. So this one right here, if I open this one is going to be sublimated correctly. So more than likely it's the ones that were near the door. Whew. See, they're sticking to the paper because it's already cooling down. See, this is the clear wrap, and the clear wrap is like is the one that is actually sublimated. That's what I'm saying, guys. I like the clear wrap better than the white one. Ooh. Now I'm gonna show you something that you need to look out for, okay? This is how you know that your oven was too hot or you left it in the oven too long. If you look at the bottom of your tumbler, see how it's burnt? That means that it was in the oven too long. So this needed to come out at 4 minutes, not 7. So I say this one's good, this one's good. Actually, only the ones that were near the door are the ones that are not. Like this one, I can tell that's not sublimated correctly. This one is. This one can go back. So look at this. That's a total fail. That's like destroyed. Actually, you know what? We're gonna leave them like that, and we're gonna call this a total fail. I'm gonna leave them the way it is, the way they are, and I'm gonna call this video a total fail, and I'm gonna see which ones I can actually recover. Again, that's why I didn't want to go full 7 minutes, because I knew it was way too long. I'm gonna start taking this apart and see which ones can recover. But see, burnt at the bottom. So more than likely, all of these 20 tumblers are going to be bye-bye. Lost the string? No, it's right here. And like always, I'm going to make a mess on the floor. I need to take one of these gloves off. So I can take the tape off. And again, you don't need that much tape. On this one, I just put a little more tape because I wanted to see the difference. So that's for Waldo. This is I said I was gonna do 25. Well, this one is for my moderators. Waldo's one of them. Oh, I don't like being on the floor. I'm sweating. Where's my string? I lost the string on this one. Oh no, it's right here. And see how good those clear wraps grab? Can't even take it off. This is another moderator. And this one is on there. Let's cut it. This is another one of my moderators. This one's Denise Stewart. Check this out. See what it says right there? Worst moderator ever. I can believe hers didn't burn at the bottom. There you go. That's another moderator. Here's my string. For some reason I didn't cut that one. It just went right through it. But see how I burned this one at the bottom? And this one, oh, this one's for Jason. Man, I am sweating so bad. Okay, let me show you something real quick. Even with me messing up this bad, you can see that my shrink wraps did not melt. I mean, it's so hard to get them off. But look, it's coming off. See that? So that's what I'm saying. When you guys are shrinking your wraps, don't over shrink them. And again, even with me messing up this bad, they did not melt. I mean, they're still there. This is probably one of the ones that is gonna be okay, I guess. Okay, so all the shrink wrap is off, the paper's off. They're not a total loss. I mean, like, there's some that are very light. They could have been a lot better. But again, I could have put them back in the oven for a little longer, but I wanted you to see this video and to let you know that, you know, we do make mistakes. So, like for example, this one right here, see how it burnt at the bottom? Where this one is good. So, the biggest mistake was to leave it for 7 minutes. If I would have left it for 4 minutes, then I could have made this work. But at 7 minutes, it was just way too hot or too long. I had it at 375, which the temperature was correct, but the time was off. So this video is for you guys to know that make sure that you don't leave it in the oven too long. This is what's gonna happen. So also with sublimation, if it's too hot and you leave it in the oven too long, you start deleting the image. I can actually see it like on this one right here. The colors were starting to fade away. And it's not because it wasn't hot enough. It's because it was too hot. So make sure that you have your lilies burn. But anyways, guys, there you go. Total mess up. But look at the bright side. These are not for me. So if you guys want to get one of these burnt, so that way you can burn me every time you go live, and you can say, hey, I got one of your burnt cups. Be present on my next live, which is going to be, I believe it's at 13. Let me check and see when it's going to be. I know it's going to be on Tuesday. Today's the 9th, July the 9th, 2021. Just in case if you're watching this video like March later on, right? So Tuesday, what is Tuesday going to be? Tuesday is going to be the 13th. So the 13th of July 2021, I will be doing a live. I always do my lives on Tuesday. And at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. If you guys want to get one of these ones, or there's only 20 of them, right? If you want a chance to get one of these, plus a t-shirt like the one I'm wearing, be present. The tumblers are only going to be for the lower 48 states of the United States. If you happen to win and you're out of the United States, like you're in Central America, South America, Europe, anywhere that you are outside the world, Australia, wherever it is that you're watching from, and you're not in the United States, you will not get a cup, but you will get 35 bucks. So if you have PayPal, I will PayPal you $35. And if you want me to MoneyGram or Western Union, you will get 25 because I need to pay for that transfer. So there you go, guys. There's no rules. There's no nothing. The only rule is that you're going to have to be present at the time of the giveaway. So let me go edit this video. I hope you guys liked it. It was a mess up. It's a big time mess up. But guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for making 20,000 subscribers, or making Liberty Graphic Designs 20,000 subscribers. Guys, thank you very much. I appreciate all the love that you have for Liberty Graphic Designs. I hope we keep making videos that interest you and that teach you something valuable. This video, even though it's a total disaster, will teach you something valuable because you'll know what not to do. Thank you, guys. God bless you, and I will catch you on the next one. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and ding the bell so you're notified when I do dumb videos like this. If you don't want to be notified, just don't hit the notification bell. But I do appreciate it if you take the time to subscribe to the channel. And thank you, guys, if you made it this far. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. God bless you, and I will see you on the next one. Oh well. Like, burn. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun.